Crawford, nobody told Crawford to say anything. Crawford's his own man doing his own thing, and that's how he feels. And we'll see how this thing plays out in the next couple of years.
Dana White is making it clear where he stands in the battle between Terence Crawford and the boxing establishment, shutting down rumors that Crawford's refusal to pay a $300,000 sanctioning fee was a UFC planned stunt, and insisting the move was entirely Crawford's own. This isn't just a dispute over a belt, but a direct indictment of the boxing system itself, especially after the WBC stripped Crawford of his title when he refused to pay what he saw as a fee to rent his own legacy. The decision exposed a paradox in which the official champion is no longer the world's best fighter, prompting Crawford to fire back with a harsh Instagram rant telling President Mauricio Suleiman to keep the belt and dismissing the world title as just a trophy. Even pointing out that the prestigious Ring Magazine belt is free, proving he has become bigger than the belts themselves.
It's free! It's free! How you love that? $180,000 free. How much your belt cost? I wonder, how much your belt cost? Huh? I don't see no receipts on your belt. It's crazy. Y'all be having so much taxes on these belts. You got some nerves. It's crazy that you can sit up there and have all these belts. You know, you got the WBC silver, the WBA intern, the whatever belt y'all got, and you taxing these fighters every time they fight, and you claim that you for these fighters. You're not for these fighters. You probably worse than the promoters. But hey, I wish you the best.
While the boxing establishment was scrambling, Dana White appeared at the UFC 323 post-fight press conference looking like the cat that got the cream. On December 6th, reporters immediately pressed him about the controversy, as rumors had been circulating for days that Dana White and his partners at TKO were the ones whispering in Terence Crawford's ear, encouraging him to rebel against the system in an effort to destabilize the sport of boxing.
Turkey, I hope y'all get that done, man. I hope y'all get that done so we can all see, you know, people face like this guy, you know, go away from boxing because they ruin the sport with all these antics that they do. You know, they got they ranking systems when people be mandatories for years, like Benavidez. You know, they don't strip these fighters, but I give credit to the IBF. They stripped me. They ain't even give me time. They stripped me, pop me, even though I wasn't, you know, coming back down the way. But, you know, they handled their business. They did what they were supposed to do. The WBC, you ain't never see them strip no Canelo for the Benavidez. He was what, mandatory for like 2 years? It's crazy. But, you know, that's that favorite.
Dana didn't shy away from the topic, but he did clear the air on one key point, firmly stating nobody told Crawford to say anything. Crawford is his own man, doing his own thing, and that's how he feels. The subtext was unmistakable. Dana didn't criticize Crawford for breaking tradition. He defended him, framing the outburst not as a misstep, but as a moment of truth. Dana has argued for years that the boxing model is broken, and now the top boxer in the world is proving his point on a global stage. His smile said more than his words ever could, because unlike boxing, the UFC doesn't burden fighters with sanctioning fees, and Dana knows fighters are starting to notice.
Apart, you know, once there was so much money involved and it got so big, guys started ducking other guys. Then you got the sanctioning bodies in there. We think this guy's the champ. We think this guy's the champ. And then none of those guys would fight each other. That's when it all started.
Things then took a more conspiratorial turn when, during the same press conference, Dana made a cryptic remark about the Ali Act of federal law meant to protect boxers from exploitative promoters. He blasted today's boxing promoters as hypocrites, saying, "I love that all these boxing guys love the Ali Act the way it is now. I want to see how many of them actually stay there. I guarantee you they won't.
What did you think of the WBC stripping Terence Crawford of his belt?
Listen, if you look at how this thing's playing out, first of all, let me say this. I love that all these boxing guys love the Ali Act the way it is now. I want to see how many of them actually stay there and do that version of the Ali Act instead of the add-on that we're going to do. You know what I mean? You don't have to be a fucking rocket scientist to see what's going on with all these guys. All these guys that are crying the loudest are the fucking problems. They're the problem, every one of these guys. And, Crawford, nobody told Crawford to say anything. Crawford's his own man doing his own thing, and that's how he feels. And we'll see how this thing plays out in the next couple of years.
Are you surprised by this frosty reception from the other boxing promoters?
No, not at all. Not at all. But here's the thing that's great for fighters is that...
What does that mean? Dana is suggesting that the very people who preach about fighter rights are the same ones draining fighters with endless fees, commissions, and sanctioning costs. He's framing the current boxing system not as a protector of athletes, but as a parasitic structure built on taking from the fighters first. By supporting Crawford's refusal to pay, Dana is exposing a major flaw in the sport. Everyone gets paid before the fighter does. From sanctioning bodies, to promoters, to managers. His warning was ominous. He believes that, as the business continues to evolve, these old-school promoters will abandon the Ali Act the moment it stops padding their bank accounts.
They have options, you know? All these promoters are saying the Ali Act is perfect and this is the way it should be. I want to see them all stay in it. I want every one of them to stay in the Ali Act as it is now for the next however many years. Right. I fucking guarantee you they won't.
Can't discuss this situation without addressing the elephant in the room, Zuffa boxing. While Crawford isn't officially signed to a long-term contract with Zuffa, the boxing arm of the UFC's parent company, his fight against Canelo was promoted under that banner with the support of Turki Al-Sheikh, linking him to a new era of boxing powered by billions of dollars and zero tolerance for the old system. The growing theory behind the scenes is that this entire situation is a coordinated stress test. If the sport's biggest star refuses to pay sanctioning fees and suffers no dip in popularity or earnings, the sanctioning bodies lose their leverage. If Zuffa and TKO can stage mega fights without needing the WBC's approval or their green belt, the WBC becomes irrelevant. Dana White isn't merely defending a fighter, he's witnessing the potential collapse of his competition's business model. He didn't need to tell Crawford what to do, because the environment Zuffa is creating makes fighters realize they no longer need these three-letter organizations to sell pay-per-views.
Back into the sport, and then an even bigger one comes along, and you just signed a rights package for $7.7 billion for the UFC. We're talking about NFL, NBA, MLB type numbers, starting to get into that territory, rights deals that boxing has never had. Do you think it's possible to build a boxing business to that kind of scale?
That's the plan, and you're absolutely right. It's one of my when I think about the boxing guys, all the boxing guys, all these guys that talk smack and all the dumb stuff that's said, these guys have been in the business for 100 years and none of them have done anything. I've never seen a business where there's been trillions of dollars in revenue and at the end of the day there's nothing there because none of them reinvested in the sport of boxing. Every time they put on an event, it's a going out of business sale. We have reinvested hundreds of millions of dollars into the sport of MMA and into the UFC. And yes, we will do the same.
The WBC reacted desperately, quickly setting up a fight for the vacant title to make it seem like everything was normal.
Regrettable, not even a thank you or I'm sorry, taking a different route, no response. I wish him the best. But this is not. The WBC is huge, it's great, it's about greatness, and I'm relieved, to tell you the truth.
So yeah, you got it over with, and you immediately came back with a solution, which is going to be a fight for the vacant title, Hamza Shiraz against Christian Mbele, who we just saw on the Canelo Crawford undercard in that great fight against Lester Martinez. And you put Lester Martinez in position to fight the winner.
Absolutely.
You feel like that's an adequate response? Like this is going to be an entertaining thing for the fight fans?
Yes, it's a great fight, and Billy is very entertaining. He comes forward. Hamza Shiraz just had the best fight of his career, knocking out Berlanga dramatically in New York.
Yeah.
And Lester Martinez had an unbelievable fight with Mbili. He's going to fight the winner. So there's great movement. Whenever Canelo is ready, after his surgery, when he's recovered, he's in the mix. And we have other fighters fighting, so it's going to be great.
Innervate 8, but the truth is, nobody cares. The fans know Crawford is the real champion, the one who actually beat the best.